Spursy! The Spursy has happened again. Welcome to the West Ham Minds channel. The game has just finished literally minutes ago. I'm going to let the chat build up. I don't know. Oh, mate. Football's a funny old game. I keep saying it's a weird season. It's a competitive league. Anything can happen. But now, let the chat build up. Let the chat build up. And yeah, it's kind of finished, as you know. Spursy 1, West Ham United 2. So let's see what you guys got to say in the chat. Get typing away in the chat. I've got my rum and coke. Mate, they used to say it's a funny old game. Jesus, it's a game of two halves, mate. First half and second half. Completely different story. Really happy we've won that game. It's a big derby. It kind of brings the confidence up. Just a shame we couldn't sort of beat Palace last week. Otherwise, we would have been on an incredible winning run and into the top 8, top 7, I think. So I got to check the league and see where we are. But listen, it's incredible. I mean, you saw that first half. I'm not sure if anyone saw that coming. Mark's in the house. Mark, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm over the moon. You talk about that 1 week is a long week in football. You talk about football's a funny old game. Mate, I've not seen a first half and the second half for West Ham that different, mate. First half, I was fuming, mate. I was ready to not watch the second half. It was really bad. We didn't offer anything. But second half, Mr. Magic Moyes, you saw the Moisey tactics, the subs out there, but we won't go into that. But very much different second half for everyone. And we'll go into it in more detail as soon as the chat builds up, and I'll let you guys join in because I literally got in there super quick. But Mark's off the mark. Mark, get your beer chilled, mate. While we let the chat build up, let's have a look and see where we are in the league. Let me just have a quick look. I think someone said there that we're still are we still 9th, are we? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look while we wait for the chat to build up where we are. Everton have beaten Newcastle 3-0. That's another result we didn't see really coming. We are 9th for everyone. We are 9th. We are 1 point behind Brighton. We're actually 5 clear of Chelsea in 9th. We're, 1 behind Brighton, 2 behind Newcastle. So if we did get that Palace win last week, we would have been around 7th, everyone. So listen, mate. It's going bonkers in the chat. Carter's in there, mate. Carter's in there. We're in 9th. Happy days. Pam's happy. Everyone's happy. This is the game, I think, alongside the Man United one that we all like to win, isn't it? And we have. And it's away from home. But we'll go into it. But 2 very, very different halves. And 2 different footballing techniques, as we saw. The other team playing a lot differently to the way we're playing. And really mind-boggling how 2 halves can be that different. I think it's something like, and I don't blame Spurs. I think overconfidence probably crept into their game in the second half. I think they were so far ahead of us in the first half. Dominating play, had 90% possession probably. Could have been and should have been about 2-0 up. But football's about should have and could have. You've got to put the ball in the back of the net, as Bowen and Ward-Prowse showed them in the second half. But football's a funny old game, but I'll take it. And listen, I think we've deserved today. We've deserved that second half. I mean, I was on a really huge Spurs channel yesterday and he's asking me what have been the highlights of this season. And I could remember 2, like Chelsea and Arsenal. I think the Brighton one was good as well. So this is kind of the 4th one, isn't it? Where we'll be very much happy to watch this game. You know, when you're a little kid, you used to record the games on the VCR and watch them over and over again. I used to have a huge West Ham collection on VCR, and this is going to be one game that I think most neutrals and certainly West Ham fans will be watching tonight. So once this show finishes, I'm sure you're going to go back, and when it's available on kind of Sky Sports or YouTube, we're going to watch this, aren't we? And I don't know if Match of the Day's on today. I haven't watched that in years. I'll probably watch that. But listen, really good. You guys are in brilliant spirits. Bill's in there. John's really happy. We deserve this, mate. And guess what? It's Friday tomorrow. It was a really odd kickoff, wasn't it? Who plays at Thursday, 8 o'clock? I think we've got to play Sunday again. So it's a very quick, odd turnaround. But the good news is that we're celebrating tonight. It's Friday tomorrow. Hopefully, a lot of you are perhaps off or you're working from home. So you got a long weekend to celebrate. and Saturday we're not playing, so you can just relax and watch other games in the league. But this is definitely a game that you want to rewind back and watch, especially the second half, isn't it? We'll go into the first half quickly, but it's all about you at the moment, the live chat. I just want to see how you guys are kind of feeling, because for once we can do a positive show. We're happy, blood pressure's normal. We can sip our Bacardi without getting regular top-ups. C-Wise, hope you're doing good, my man. Moyes single for... I don't know, did he do any subs? I can't remember any subs, mate. I don't know what you said in the half time. He must have got his expensive wine bottles out, started throwing them around the dressing room, mate. Or maybe Nolan got Paqueta in one of those WWE wrestling holds, mate. I don't know, mate, but something's worked. Wazim's in there, smash and grab. I tell you what, it's a bit more than that, wasn't it, Wazim? Because I think in the whole second half, we were far superior than them, weren't we, largely? So I think no one can say we didn't deserve that now, can they? Because I think second half, we were largely on top. First half, we didn't show up. So I think overall, I think Spurs would probably say they deserved a draw. I'm going to say you got to put the ball in the net, and apart from a few occasions, I don't think Tottenham really disturbed Fabianski that much. And when your chance comes along, that's the difference when you've got Ward-Prowse, a very experienced pro, very good with his feet, as you know. But lots of things to talk about. There were still a few players on our side that weren't quite at it, isn't it? We'll go into it a bit more, really. But let's go through the comments. Cosmos is there. Cosmos, the first half was bad, mate. The first half was painful. We didn't offer anything, mate, up front. We had no idea what to do. Obviously, we are playing, well, I keep saying about a striker, but then Bowen's kind of doing what Antonio was doing, isn't it, a couple of years ago? They showed a list of English goal scorers in the Premiership, and I think Bowen's got more goals than Watkins. That's a crazy stat. So Bowen's... and then the one thing we always used to say about Bowen is the finishing, but there's no doubting that finish today. What a volley. What a volley. And don't you believe that was easy, mate. Don't you dare believe that was easy. They got a very good goalkeeper. That was not easy skill what Bowen done, mate. Brilliantly. John's in the house. John, you have to say Spurs were Spursy, mate. And one of my cousins who's a Spurs fan has just mentioned it himself. When I watch a game, I don't check my phone. Either chatting or anything, I just concentrate on the game, which I think is a good habit you guys should follow. Otherwise, you'll be on your keyboard all throughout the game and you won't be enjoying it, and it'll be just like back and forth, back and forth. So I just read a quick message, and he said it's typical Spursy, and long may that carry on for West Ham. No, we're not going to go into that this game, Alan. Hope you're doing good, mate. We're not going to go into that. It isn't. Football's a weird game, mate. Whoever saw that coming in the second half, and let me know in the chat, did any of you follow that up with any betting or anything like that? Let me know, because there's no way anyone could have predicted that. I think when Spurs are winning 1-0, everyone, on the Amazon Opta stats, or Oracle, whatever they call it, I think the win percentage was 74% Spurs when it was 1-0, and perhaps 9% West Ham will win. That tells you how we pulled the win out the bag. And a lot of you probably thinking it's going to be a draw at the end. I would have been okay with a draw. I think the number of years I've been following football, I can accept that. But obviously, once it's happened, you don't want to let go of the 3 points. It's a huge 3 points for us. And despite what's happened, I think it was a good London derby. You can still see they're a good team, good manager, trying to play football in the right way. First half, they blew us off the pitch, everyone, didn't they? And deep down, I wanted us to be like Spurs, the way they were playing, that quick one-touch football. We couldn't get anywhere near them. I don't know what's happened second half. Perhaps it's overconfidence from Spurs. And then Son, the Son was the guy I said would be the danger, and I didn't see anything from him for the first time facing Son in 90 minutes. I didn't see anything from him. He's their captain. For me, he's the most dangerous. You've got to watch him. He runs at you with pace. But I know he's hitting about 30, but that's kudos to a lot of people at the back. I think Emerson was kind of huge, as well as Bowen. I think Ward-Prowse kind of came into it in the second half. I think Paqueta was a bit up and down for me. I think in the end he probably just rescued it for me, but there's a lot of things he was doing in the first half. Few chances. You remember that header? That was pretty poor. There was another shot that went nowhere. So he kept losing it. I mean, it's good entertainment, Paqueta. I had a feeling they might be sending off in there with so many South Americans, Argentinians, Brazilians on the pitch, and they played recently and it all kicked off, didn't it? But anyway, let me go back to the comments. Captain Marvel, up the hammers. Good lad. Pam's really rubbing it in now. How you doing, Trouty? Cheers, mate, with my rum and coke, lad. It's happened again. It's happened again, and I know Nicky was on the Spurs, the two lads, and I don't know if they're twins. They're definitely brothers. I don't know if they're twins. So I kind of reached out to them last year. They didn't really respond a lot, but I've gone to another channel that was bigger than them, and if I need to go in there next year, I don't know. But yeah, they obviously went 1-0 up, and they'll probably replay the videos when they're probably thinking they're going to go for a second and win it, and it's kind of happened again. It's happened again. Spursy's happened. Yeah, it's a bit of that and a bit of Spurs should have done a bit better, mate, in terms of finishing. I mean, they had possession. They had all the possession in the world. It was 90% versus 10%. But in terms of real hardcore chances, I don't think there was that many in there. So maybe even them, they're kind of a striker short in their squad, aren't they? So I think they still got half the Harry Kane money or a lot of it to use when the window opens. So they'll go back into it again. They'll be fine. I think they got a decent manager. They're playing in the right way. They'll be fine. But it's a very important win for us. Two very different sort of managers, different setups, different styles of play. But I think what won it in the end, everyone, was that we kind of hung in there. We're kind of a fairly fit team, isn't it? We kind of hung in there. A lot of teams would have run out of gas first half, the way we were running after everything. It's not easy when you don't have the ball. It's very tiring mentally. Again, kudos to the fans who went out there. It's not a very nice night out there. It's windy, it's raining, it's cold, it's miserable. It's Thursday evening, so you probably had to go to work. But you deserve it. It's people like that who go out there, and kind of first half wasn't much entertainment for you. Second half there was, mate. Epic, how you doing, matey? Yeah, what we'll do, let's enjoy this win in this show. But we kind of get the drift, especially coming from me and it, mate. And that first half was absolutely dreadful. I don't know how we turned it around. If anything, Kudos was a bit quiet in the second half. That was a bit weird, isn't it? In the first half, he was kind of doing a lot of good things and showing off a really good strength and things like that. And then in the second half, some of the other lads like Bowen and Ward-Prowse and Emerson kind of took over, didn't they? Governor, you doing? Happy Chinook, mate. Happy Chinook. Moyes is out. Flowers in the house. Freshfield, I haven't seen you in a while, my man. How you been? Nice win, isn't it, Freshfield? We'll certainly enjoy this one. And like I was saying earlier, as soon as the show's finished, we'll give it an evening. I'm going to watch it again on as soon as it's available on YouTube. It's a very good game to watch back and analyse and take in what exactly happened, my man. Let me just change something. I can see something I don't like. I don't know why my name's showing up. Let me just get rid of that. Where's it going? There we go. So many things to look at. Freshfielders in the house. Yeah, matey. Let me just go back. Hang on. Where are we? Yeah. Governor. There we go. Yeah. Weekend starts today. Then you got another 3 days, isn't it? Friday's always like a weekend, isn't it? Thank God it's Friday, TJ. Friday, get the drift. So I think we got 3 days to enjoy this. Come on, let's be good. Let's be good this evening, children. Come on, no, don't be naughty like that. So you're gonna have to stand outside the class now. That's naughty. Not concentrating now. Yeah, I mean, we've got Antonio, the superstar, the Pele's twin son. Antonio's out, and otherwise we would have won 4-1. But yeah, I'm again like, having a go at Moyes and things like that with the Spurs channel the other day. The good thing with Moyes is obviously the injury record since Moyes has been here has not been that bad, and then not nowhere near as bad as what it used to be. Do you remember that we used to look at the training pictures? It got that bad around Bilic's time. People are walking around with smashed knees and elbows and all that kind of thing, and ankles. We didn't know what was going on. So you can see we're a very hard team to physically beat, aren't we? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it all back, mate. Gonna watch it all back. Yeah, Yeah, they did. They did. It's just I don't know because the thing with these players, mate, they don't put their tools down. I would have put my tools down under Moyes a long time ago, but God bless this squad. They're good lads, nice lads, and yeah, they keep trying for for the boy, for the Moisey boy, and there we go. It's always the way. Yeah, I mean, we get greedy. That Palace 1-1 was poor because Palace were the poorest team I've seen in a while, mate. They were bad. I reckon us 11 in the chat could have beaten Palace. But yeah, but doesn't mind. Let's put it in the back. Let's put it in the back. I didn't see much of him, mate. Didn't see much of him. Let me go. Yeah, absolutely righty, matey. Yep, absolutely right. I am going to go quickly because I'll do a longer one tomorrow. So I'm going to quickly go through my notes because I know it's late evening and you guys want to get to your rum and coke. So obviously, a lot of people are not happy with Paqueta on the wing, floating in and out, and that kind of thing. Hopefully, we'll address that in the next few windows. Obviously, we need a striker, as you know, and then Bowen and Kudos can be on the wings. We still need a number 10, everyone. Souček, I'm not sure. Take him out, get a proper Madison type number 10 next to Kudos and Bowen, and get a new striker in. And then the two CDMs, you'd have three people fighting over that. I mean, Paqueta, to be fair, he might be gone in the next two windows. If not, it's out of Alvarez, Paqueta, and Ward-Prowse, those two positions, which is good. It's kind of competition. We need a younger fullbacks. Agard, I didn't really see anything that great from him or that bad, so I'm going to be neutral on him. Zuma was a couple of times in the right place in the right time, but we'll have to play him now and again. Oggy's obviously getting old. Mavropoulos I don't got any confidence with. We did lose a goalkeeper yesterday, so Fabianski done very, very well today. Showed all his experience and made a couple of good saves, so that was all kind of good. First minute, if you remember, Korveski chance. Agard, yeah, subtly lost him, didn't he, for that one? And then the Romero goal, 11 minutes, everyone. Again, if you look at the replay, I'm not picking on Agard deliberately, just have a look at it. I mean, Romero sandwich between Agard and I think it's Alvarez, so I would expect Agard to head that out, but he didn't. And then I'm making comments like this is a very expensive mid-table team, no ideas, no one to pass to, clueless. West Ham tonight taught a football lesson. This is all in the first half. Mine's going absolutely mental. 19th minute, Ward-Prowse corner. Zuma just had to connect ours in the back of the net and he didn't get anywhere near it. Then I'm saying it's a mishmash of a team. What the hell's going on here? Good save from Fabianski from Lo Celso volley. Terrible Paqueta header. A bit of kudos magic, if you remember. Dinked it in. Great cross and Paqueta. Really, really poor header. Nearly a Zuma own goal, everyone. Do you remember? 46th minute, hit the post. And then, 1-1. Great finish from Bowen on the volley. Absolutely brilliant. And then there's another good save from Fabianski in 72 minutes from Lo Celso, who was kind of... Actually, I think Porro, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Porro was brilliant in the whole game, running like anything down the wings, making things happen, having shots. So I think that's a good player for them. I've made a comment that 72 minutes, there's no subs again. And then the Ward-Prowse goal, isn't it? Again... sometimes you get confused about whether it's going to count or not, but obviously Bowen didn't touch the ball, wasn't involved, so I think that was fine. But great kind of agility, patience, and good touch from Ward-Prowse to kind of put the rebound in, because it does come back to you quickly. And again, if that came to Antonio, I don't think he would have scored. I don't think Antonio would have scored away. Ward-Prowse grabbed that, mate. Matt, how you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, Emerson was a warrior, mate, like I keep saying. Can't say anything against him, mate. And to be fair, Kufal gives it everything as well. I know, like I said, age is kind of a little bit more on Kufal's. Kufal's older than Emerson. Emerson's not that young either. They're both 30 or 30. Well, Kufal's definitely over 30. Emerson is just about hit 30, I think. But you can see that, him and Paqueta do combine quite well together. And Emerson, bit of a warrior, even the commentators mentioned, mate. Paqueta was kind of 50-50, maybe 60-40 good. He kind of made up for it in a few dying minutes of the second half. But there's a lot of things that a bit careless, losing the ball, giving away free kicks, couple of chances that he was nowhere near putting in anywhere. But he's always involved. I think Alvarez was tidying up as usual. Goalkeeper was good. I think Bowen was a beast as normal. Kudos trying to make a lot of things happen. It's just that once we get a proper focal point up front, then you'll see even more from us, really. So again, like I said, it's kind of 5-6 good, really good players, 5 that are good sometimes, and that's kind of shown in the league position sometimes. So we know what we need to improve. Just keep going week by week, game by game, and yeah, we're in the quarterfinals of the league. We've got a reasonably good draw at home to Bristol City in the FA Cup. We're still in Europe, so let's see what happens. We might win the Carabao Cup. I do fancy us against Liverpool. I think they're going to put a pretty weak team in because they've got really hard fixtures either side of that, and I think we've got Man United as well, they perhaps as well. So lots to look forward to, everyone. Not sure if there's a winter break happening. I'll go into it in one of the programs coming up. Let me see if there is going to be a winter window or not. And then obviously the transfer window is going to open soon, so that'll kind of heat up all that kind of thing, really. Pam was worried when... Yeah, it was a weird, wasn't it? I've got to look at that again, Pam. Was it a bit of a ricochet? Because that was perfect, like a golf shot, wasn't it? The way it kind of curled in the air and just finished in that really top corner, wasn't it, really? So that, and they reckon he doesn't score that many. That's his first goal at home or something like that, really. And he only come back from suspension. A lot of yellow cards. I think Ward-Prowse was one of them. Paqueta probably got a yellow card, and maybe 2-3 more. It's just that kind of derby. But I just want to go back to the league table for you guys. And yeah, I mean, I think conference is 7th, so we're kind of 2 points away, isn't it? So our target this season is to continue in Europe, isn't it? We've been in there 3 seasons in a row, so if we can carry on, and we're kind of 2 points behind, and we know we can improve a lot in a lot of the games, that's kind of good to see, I think. And we've beaten a very good team today away from home, not very easy, and our London derby record has been pretty atrocious. I don't think we've done anything in the last 11 derbies or so I think today is good. It'll earn a lot of brownie points for Moisey. I think the negativity, including myself and the channel, has been building up slowly. First half was going along the same way, really bad. Second half, we kind of pulled it out the bag, played a bit more on the front foot, although you just had to play better than the second half, didn't you? You couldn't play any worse. And we've ended up with 2 really good incisive finishes from 2 very good quality, reliable, dependable, experienced players, isn't it, who've come to the fore. Like I said, I don't think Antonio would have finished either of those. It's just not got it in him. You had to be really quick, really agile, and just technically execute both of those goals. Very different finishes, but I think they're not as easy as they look, and I'm very happy that they've gone in, really. John, definitely. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits. We've been going on for 20 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go away, enjoy the win. Man of the match for me. Oh, that's hard, isn't it? Man of the match, hard, isn't it? It's got to be Emerson or Bowen, isn't it? I think I'm going to give it to Bowen again because I think he keeps breaking the record. Is this his 7th away goal in a row, is it? Or 6th? It could be the 7th. I've got to give it to Bowen. He's just recently come back from injury. He is again putting in the shift, playing up front more often than not when he probably doesn't want to, and he doesn't need to, I suppose, because he doesn't think he is a striker, I believe, but he did the job. He got the very important equaliser that kind of built the momentum towards us, led the line very well, and he's a gladiator, as you know. So I think Bowen kind of shades it for me, but there's a couple, 2-3 other people that could have easily have got that. But anyway, it's good evening from me. You guys have a great evening. Really enjoy yourselves. We haven't had too many of those, really. So since, was it the Chelsea, Brighton, Arsenal wins, this is kind of the 4th good victory that I've really enjoyed. And yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this again. Highlights, if it's on Match Today, I'll watch it in a bit more detail, and then try to do a show tomorrow if I can. As you know, I'm always bloody doing something around the house. I'm through a bloody painting project at the moment, as well as trying to run this channel and my other job. But anyway, Chad's always freaking trying to do 10 things at once. But listen, come on, you Irons. The Irons have Spursied Spurs. Spurs have been Spursied. They've Spursied themselves again. They're in the lead. We won 2-1, and do we feel sorry for them? No, we don't. We've enjoyed this. So have a great evening, everyone. Come on, you Irons. It's finished. Tottenham Hotspur 1, West Ham United 2. Take care, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And subscribe if you haven't. We're very close to hitting 2,000 subs. that'll be wonderful milestone for me. God bless you all. Take care.